Welcome to another episode. My name is Bertrand. I'm the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel, especially when you get out of a relationship, because you're going to be trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong, what you can do the next time. I want my baby back, right? Now, confidence is key in helping you actually accept whatever happened and then moving on. Now, today is a reaction video. This is actually more of a conversation, and this conversation is really based on what happens when you put a woman in the wrong position. Now, today, this is Joe Smith's wife. I just did a video on her exposing the fact that she's an OnlyFans model now and that she started this page a year ago. Now, she's doing an interview. So before we get into this, I want you guys to remember she is a wife, right? But she's an OnlyFans model. So just something to think about. Loyalty, respect, honor, intimacy, and exclusivity. Is she exclusive to you or is she exclusive to the world? Let's check her out.
Where's Joe? First question is, where's
How
Joe?
are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So, yeah.
Keisha, how long ago, obviously we saw in the video that Joe's saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long is the account, have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife. Period. And, you know, he has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she decided that, you know, she wants to really put a bigger, you know, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh, do you know that she has this? And it blew up from that. And it's no secret Joe's financial issues, you know, and I have always made a good life for myself. You know, before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, you know, and I came back here, you know, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, you know, other things. But, you know, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same. And depression is a serious thing also. So, you know, I've been just like, you know, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses, you know, I've been doing a lot, like, and I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of.
Damn. Now listen, Joe Smith handled this the correct way. You walk away. You don't say anything. You leave her alone. Hopefully he will go ahead and go get that divorce. Hopefully he will beat her to the punch, because if he doesn't,
to pay a prostitute so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick.
He's gonna have a lot of things that he's gonna have to prove. She just exactly what he needs as far as being able to get rid of that marriage. Now, this does suck because she's showing you a few things. One, she's a nag. And that is like the worst person that you can have a nag is like the worst that you could possibly have, because there's no way you're going to pay attention to her, because everything you're going to be hearing is
That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife.
Every single time she's talking. Now, as far as exclusivity goes, well, she's definitely not exclusive to him. When it comes to respect, she definitely didn't respect him because she talks too much. And you can see that. This is what happens when you put a fun girl in the wife position. Now, I previously called her a companion, and I still kind of have, I'm still kind of getting companion vibes from her. only because I haven't heard her say that she's going to divorce him. I heard her say that she helped him through his depression because he was forced to retire. He didn't willfully retire. He retired because no team would actually pick him up. Once again, more information that she did not need to expose to the world. So again, I hope that the intimacy was there, because she's definitely not loyal, right? Any secrets that he has, she definitely put them out. Definitely doesn't respect him, because if she did, she wouldn't put her body back out there, right? But again, she is a fun girl. This is what OnlyFans models, or as she called it, an adult film star, right? That's what they do. Would she honor his life if, when he enters the spiritual realm, right? When his life is over with and she's still alive, will she be the one to actually honor his life, or will she actually expose him and try to make him look like a terrible human being?
That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife.
It doesn't sound like she will honor this man. She talked about this man. She talked about this man having a hustle and a drive. I guess she didn't realize, or she didn't think about the fact that he was a professional athlete, right? Of course, he's not going to have the same hustle and grind, because you guys are coming from two different worlds, right? When you're popular for taking your clothes off, she may think that that's a hustle and a grind, but really all it is her taking her clothes off and turning on the camera, right? She's not doing anything special. In fact, I mean, you know, I would say that I would ask you guys who's actually paying to see her, but I know just from talking to a lot of different men and a lot of different women that men have all kind of fetishes and fantasies. So who knows? She could be getting some money, but I don't know if it's worth losing her marriage over. The crazy thing about this is, it looks like she was looking for a reason. I'm sorry. She was looking for reasons to go back to what she was used to doing. She just hasn't realized that she's aged out of that market. But then again, maybe she hasn't. Now you got to ask yourself, like I asked myself, what does a good life mean to her? Right? Because a good life to you can mean something completely different. But to her, it sounds like she's really into the material things. She's really into trying to look good for social media, or look good on social media. This is what happens when you try to save a woman. This is what happens when you think that you can change her. She is who she is. That category that she's placed herself in, she's living that out. So you just have to figure out what she's living out and then make your decision based on that. I'm going to always tell you, when it comes to life, you're going to constantly have to reinvent yourself, grow, evolve. Good ways to do that is meditating, right? Because your mind is speaking to you, or you're speaking to your mind in pictures. Then when you use affirmations are actually the words. So now you're using pictures and words to get a desired result. The thing that you have to focus on the most are those thoughts, because you're going to constantly have to redirect yourself. If you don't believe me, you should think about what Joe Smith is actually going through, because I've been in this situation before. That's why I'm speaking on it. There was a woman that I really just I thought I could save her, right? Because she was so pretty to me, or our energy just clicked, or it was just something about her that just made me say, dang, I gotta have her. And then when I got her, I was like, I don't want to lose her. Oh yeah, I need her, right? But then I realized, damn, there's a lot of things that she's just not doing right. So fellas, this is why I tell you to exercise, get the tension out of your body, right? Because if you don't think that Joe Smith is, stressed out right now, you're tripping. He's been with this woman for a while. The fact that he even married this woman, being an NBA player, come on. I mean, look, in case you guys don't know this, what I keep hearing NBA players say is after the games, these women find a way to line up after the game just so that they can get chose. They will line up right outside the hotel just so they can get chose by an NBA player. And if you think these guys are not choosing some of these women, you're tripping. The reason I'm telling you that is, does Joe Smith need an adult film star? Is that what he needed for a wife? I think he could have did a lot better. Or he could have took a way safer route. Now, with that being said, adapt to dating, because this is dating, right? You see women, you think that she's this and she's actually that, right? You may put her in the wrong position. My thing is, get to know her, right? But make sure that your eyes are open, your ears are open. Watch what she's doing. Listen to what she's saying. Do those things make sense? Because complaining about dating is just going to get you benched, right? And guess what? The game is still going on and it's winning time, right? So now you're not out there in the best time, which is winning time. This is why I tell you to enjoy your life as much as you possibly can, because we're living in stripper culture. This is the hookup culture. Right now, relationships are transactional. Now, not all relationships are transactional, but keep this in mind. A rotten apple can make you sick. How do you think Joe Smith feels right now? He ain't really say too much, right? He was embarrassed, and I was embarrassed for him, right? Because she hit him with hard truths like, you knew who I was. Like, that's the worst thing that you could say, but she constantly topped herself. She topped herself the more she kept talking. And when I say topped herself, she got worse and worse and worse and worse. So with all that being said, I got to ask you guys a question. What do you think? Have you been in a situation like this before? Have you ever tried to save a woman? Comment under this video. Remember, when you're watching these videos, you are becoming a better version of yourself. That means you 2.0. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.